All right, good evening, scholars, parents, guardians, and colleagues in education. I'm Kadeem Palmer, one of the co-coordinators serving Gwynn Park High School and Dr. Henry A. Wise High School. Welcome to part one of our dual enrollment info session entitled, What's the Hoop? Dual Enrollment at Prince George's Community College. So tonight we will be discussing the benefits of participating in the dual enrollment program, how to select courses, how to connect with your dual enrollment representative, and you'll have the opportunity to hear from former dual enrollment students plus one of our amazing professors here at PGCC. Now, my co-host for tonight is my colleague and my friend, Mr. Nicholas Reed. How are you today, Mr. Reed?
Hi, Mr. Palmer. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing superb. Greetings, everyone. My name is Nicholas Reed. I am the course coordinator assigned to Surrattsville High School and the Potomac High School. I know a lot of you may be wondering, what is a course coordinator? I'll give you a little overview of what I do as a course coordinator. Course coordinators are assigned to 18 of the 21 high school within Prince George's County. Course coordinators serve as the in-house Prince George's Community College representative and manages all pre-enrollment advising for general recruitment and dual enrollment at each of their respective schools. The program objectives are dual enrollment, senior recruitment, early college, and career support. So the next thing that I'll be speaking on tonight I'd like you guys to join us and ask questions, have a conversation in the chat. Other members of the dual enrollment team are online eagerly waiting to respond to your questions. For starters, I want you guys to shout out your high school or the city which you're representing. So I want you guys to utilize the chat feature here. And I'm going to shout out the high schools that you guys are representing or the city.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we see Terry from over in Parkdale High School.
Yeah, we see Amari from Wise High School. I was talking to Amari earlier. Thanks.
Great representing.
We see Kennedy Combs from Bowie High School. Shout out Bowie High School.
That's great.
Okay, we have Gokomocha at Charles Herbert Flowers High School. That was a challenging name, but thanks for joining. Tuiluna, Northwestern High School. Shout out.
Yes. We have there Jonathan from Bladensburg. We have Trayon Brady from Largo. And that's one of our course coordinators, definitely. We have Leah from Central High School. Welcome, guys.
Welcome. We have Vanessa from Frederick Douglass. Welcome, Vanessa. We have Kania from Roosevelt. Thanks for coming. Micah from Wise High School, another one of my high schools. Micah.
We have Courtney Trower from Surrattsville High School. Wow, class of 95. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
When was that? We have Christopher Bent, Bowie High School. We have another Roosevelt High School student. So Roosevelt is representing tonight. First time we're seeing Marlon from CYT.
Welcome.
Welcome, Marlon. All right, so let's keep going. So let's get back into the presentation. So some of you may be asking, right, what is dual enrollment? So for those of you who are new to dual enrollment, we want to just give you an idea of what dual enrollment is. Okay, so the College and Career Readiness Act of 2013, Senate Bill 740, establishes a number of requirements designed at increasing college readiness and degree completion in the state. Now, dual enrollment is an opportunity for high school students to earn college credits, specific courses qualify for dual credit. So pay attention to dual credit. For example, English 1010 is equivalent to your 12th grade English credit at your high school. So please speak with your course coordinator, your dual enrollment representative, or your professional high school counselor for more information. So the list for these specific courses are available at the website, at our PGCC website. Also, you can get a list of these specific courses from your course coordinator, again, your dual enrollment representative, or your high school counselor. So students may not take, and this is a big thing, you may not take developmental or remedial courses. Your course coordinator and dual enrollment representative will assist you with this matter. Now, PGCPS will pay tuition for all students duly enrolled in qualified courses. Fees and textbooks will be paid for students who receive free and reduced meals. Now, FARMS is an acronym pertaining to these students. This form should already be on file at PGCPS before the student takes their classes at Prince George's Community College. So I wanted to give you all that, just the fine print, right? So up next, we'll have Mr. Nicholas Reed. He'll talk about who is eligible through the College and Career Readiness Act, College Completion Act of 2013. It establishes a number of requirements designed to increase college and career readiness as well as degree completion in Maryland. Now, with a rapidly changing economy and focus on increasing percentage of young adults who attain post-secondary degrees, the interest of the act is to reduce or eliminate the need for students to enroll in remedial courses in college. So students who enter college, they enter prepared, and they typically benefit from improved persistence and are more likely to complete a degree because they're getting their feet wet, if that makes sense. So one thing you may want to ask, like, who can be in dual enrollment? Can I be in dual enrollment? So you want to figure out who's eligible, right? So you must be enrolled in the 11th or 12th grade on the first day of the semester in which your courses are offered. So what that means is this applies to all rising 11th and 12th graders during the summer session. So the first summer after you graduate from the 10th grade is where you can take advantage of this opportunity. You also must have a minimum cumulative 2.5 GPA and be in good academic standing and financial standing with Prince George's Community College. So next, I'm going to throw it back over to my co-host, Nick.
Wonderful there, Mr. Palmer. Thank you, wonderful there. So now I'm going to talk about the cost. So the big question is, do I have to pay to go to PGCC because I'm still a high school student? First and foremost, tuition is free. There is a instructional service fee that is $47 per credit, and there is a registration fee of $25 per semester. And the cost of textbooks varies. The cost of fees and textbooks will be paid for students that qualify for free and reduced lunch and meals. So the next thing I'll be talking about is let's put the cost into perspective.
Yes.
So what's in it for me? So be mindful, these rates that I'll be talking about are for in-county and in-state students for summer and fall 2021, okay? So suppose you're a high school student who wants to eventually earn a bachelor's degree from University of Maryland, College Park. Woo-hoo! I'm a Terp, sorry. And I'm an owl, first and foremost. Yeah. Consider these two paths, guys. The first path here is as a dual enrollment student who earns 15 credits and continue to complete their associate degree in 1.5 years at PGCC and then transfer to University of Maryland, completing their bachelor's degree in 2 years. Notice here, the total cost is $26,373. That's no tuition for dual enrollment, just under $5,000 in tuition for 1.5 years at PGCC, and just over $21,000 for two final years at University of Maryland. So the second pathway here is a student who does not participate in dual enrollment, did not attend Prince George's Community College, and went to University of Maryland directly. This student / parent would have spent $16,730 more on tuition. Keep that figure in mind. That alone, more, sorry guys. So with that 16,730, more intuition than the 43,116. That's right. That amount alone doesn't even include room, board, or fees.
Nope.
Because you gotta keep that in mind. Rooming and boarding, that's a big cost.
Definitely.
But however, don't these numbers make you want to participate in dual enrollment and attend PGCC? Imagine what you could do with an extra $16,000. You could buy a car, you could travel, you could study abroad, you could even purchase 26 PS5, you could invest in a startup business, or even make a down payment on a new home here.
That's a down payment, and I just bought mine, so I know exactly.
So, in addition to the significant cost saving, PGCC offers many institutional scholarships, including the Prince George's Promise Scholarship, and we have a articulation agreement with many four-year colleges to ensure seamless transfer. Next, Mr. Palmer will cover why dual enrollment.
So why dual enrollment? Save money. That's the biggest thing for a lot of people, especially in today's economy. Save money. So students who take advantage of the dual enrollment program have the potential to earn about 18 credits or more while they're in high school, right? So how can a student earn 18 credits? You want to just pay attention to this part so you can take advantage of it. So I'm glad you asked, how can we earn 18 credits? If a student is qualified to take dual enrollment courses the summer before their junior year, they will have 6 semesters total that they can participate in the dual enrollment program. And if they take 1 to 3 credit courses for each semester, they will have obtained those 18 credits, which could potentially meet their first semester requirements at their respective 2 or 4 year institution, especially if they attend a college that's in Maryland. So the state of Maryland has, as Mr. Reed said, several articulation agreements with just several institutions in the state that will accept these college credits at their institution. So students that wish to attend a higher education institution in another state outside of Maryland, they'd be encouraged to just reach out to that college or university just to confirm that the courses will transfer to that specific institution, right? Just make that phone call. So next, I'm going to bounce it back to Mr. Reed, and he'll talk about the student perspective. And we do have a couple of students that will share their perspective. They're prior dual enrollment students, and we have one professor who will share his perspective as well. Mr. Reed.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Palmer. With that said, guys, I would like to introduce our first student. Her name is Zion Parker. Welcome,
Hello.
Zion. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and just introduce yourself and share your perspective, when you're a part of the dual enrollment program, the courses you take, and, what your experience was like.
Okay, so my name is Zion, and I'm a mass communications major. I started dual enrollment going into my 11th grade year, and throughout 11th grade until I graduated, I got about 12 credits, and they were all general education credits. So doing the program really helped me out a lot because by the time I came to PG full time, I was able to just jump into my major, which helped because I changed my major recently. So it didn't put me too far behind because a lot of my credits I already had done. And it's a really good program. You just have to make sure that you have good time management because it's still a college course. So if you find yourself having that balance between high school and college, it's a really perfect program to go to.
Great. All right, thank you, Zion. Again, Zion is representing Surrattsville High School, one of my high schools. So next, I'll toss it to my colleague, Mr. Palmer, and he'll introduce the next speaker.
So I'm happy to introduce this next speaker. So she's one of my prior students from Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School. So Miss Anika Pierre-Michelle, from what I understand, she's a business major. And we're going to just pass it over to her so she can give her perspective. Anika?
Yeah. My name is Anika. Yeah. And I am a business administration major. I joined dual enrollment in summer 12th grade year. And since then, I've been attending and I earned college credit attending while high school. The enrollment has allowed me to save time and tuition costs. It also created a challenge for me and prepared me for my college years. Yeah, I enjoyed being part of this program. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Nika. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So next, we're gonna just toss it back to Mr. Reed. So Mr. Reed.
Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. Wasn't that lovely? That was so lovely. Just hearing from the students then. So now I'm gonna talk about the student experience. So Prince George's Community College is a pathway institution. We launched this initiative in 2018 to enhance the student experience and speed success. It is now easier for students to choose their academic and career option and to be confident that they have made the right choice. Pathways also provide students with a clear map to success in achieving their goals, with tools to stay on track, saving time and money. In partnership with Prince George's County Public Schools, there are also a number of PGCC courses that students can take and receive high school credits for. A complete list of these courses can be found on the PGCPS dual enrollment site, and then by clicking on Prince George's Community College. The website is www.pgcps.org/dual enrollment. Your PGCC dual enrollment representative will be able to provide course recommendation based on your prospective college major. Consideration will be given to students who will continue their studies at Prince George's Community College after high school graduation, and to those who transfer courses to other colleges and universities. Some of the popular dual enrollment courses taken are English 1010, which is Introduction to Composition, Psych 1010, which is General Psychology, Bio 1010, which is their General Biology, and Introduction to Business, just to name a few. So next, we'll be moving on to our faculty speaker here.
Yeah, and we can't top. So I just want to jump in real quick. So we can't really top what the student said, because as a student, you want to listen to the student's experience just to get an idea of what you're going to go through, you know, something that you can relate to. But I just wanted to add that the average class size at Prince George's Community College is about 18 students per class. And the average number of students is about 30, you know?
Yes, definitely.
As a dual enrollment student, you have to have this in perspective. So you are a real college student in real college courses taught by real faculty, right? Real college faculty. So one of these faculty members is a dear friend of mine. I know a lot of students usually give him high ratings on Rate My Professor. So you want to look out for this professor. I know he teaches INT 1010, and I'm not the one introducing him. So I'm going to just pass it back over to Mr. Nick. So go ahead, Mr. Nick, and introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer. So today, I have the honor of introducing one of our faculty. His name is Mr. Harrison, Mr. Sheldon Harrison. Welcome, Mr. Harrison. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Nick? How are you, Kadeem?
Good. Thank you. So I just want you to share from the faculty's perspective. I know you've encountered a few dual enrollment students in your classes, so I just want you to share your perspective from.
Sure. So let me just first introduce myself. My name is Sheldon Harrison. I've been an adjunct professor at PG since about 2013. I primarily teach INT 1010, which is Introductory to Information Technology. I've had dual enrollment students in my class now for a number of years. It's funny that you guys brought me on here, because one of my sections this semester, I think the class is about 70% made of about 70% dual enrollment students.
That's great.
What I can say real quick about my experience is that the dual enrollment student population, it's a refreshing experience to be teaching students at doing that transition coming out of high school and getting their first experience coming into college. They tend to be very attentive. They ask a
Okay.
lot of questions, which I really, really love.
Okay. Good.
They're usually very even more tech savvy, and so that makes my passing rate very high, which I'm very happy about, right? So, so overall, it's like I said, it's a great experience, and I wish we could somehow have more students coming in each semester, and you know, showing how much they can excel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you there, Mr. Harrison. Thank you for sharing that faculty perspective. So guys, there you have it from a faculty. So you could definitely search for him whenever you're seeking to take INT 1010. He's one of the faculty that teaches INT 1010. So next, Mr. Palmer will take over and speak about the summer and fall 2021 updates.
And I appreciate that again, Nick. So everything is changing nowadays in the environment that we're in. So I do want to stress that both summer and fall semesters are together. They have the same application opening and due date, right? So an announcement for summer and fall 2021 or available formats will be in by spring break. So we're finalizing everything right now, but due to the global pandemic and the impact of COVID-19, Prince George's Community College is operating remotely until further notice, but we do have one announcement that we want to just give you all. So due to the impact for the summer 2021, although there are no limits on the number of classes that dual enrollment students can take, so there are in reality no limits, we strongly encourage students to consider all your commitments. So you want to consider your summer vacations, your employment, because summer is one of our most popular semesters and classes go fast. Understand that students come from different colleges, different universities, and our students are just always grabbing classes at Prince George's Community College. So the classes do go fast. Classes are offered as 10-week courses. In addition, we offer 2 accelerated formats of 5-week sessions. So we have 3 summer terms. We have term 1, which is a 10-week session. That 10-week session begins May 24th. Term 2, which is the first 5-week session, that also begins May 24th, right? We have term 3, which is our second 5-week session. That begins June 28th. So students are required to complete at least 6 credits in person, remotely, which is our synchronous sections, or hybrid in order to qualify for our online courses, okay? So for fall format now, so different from summer, for fall, although there are no limits again on the number of classes that a dual enrollment student can take, we strongly encourage students to consider all commitments. That is your high school course load. So you have to just make sure that you balance that first. That's primary to anything else. That comes first. Think about your extracurricular activities, your employment, etc. So classes are offered as 15-week courses. So let me break that down again. In addition to that 15-week courses, we offer 2 accelerated formats as well of 12-week and 7-week sessions. So students that take the accelerated formats will be informed by their course coordinator or dual enrollment representative that the accelerated format will cover the same amount of information in a shorter amount of time. So you do want to just keep that in mind, right? As the same 15-week course. So even though it's 12 and 7 weeks, it's covering the same amount of information in a smaller amount of time. So if you're going to try to take the accelerated format, make sure that you're mentally prepared to handle that, right? So we have 4 fall terms. If you want to look at it this way, term 1 is that 15-week course that begins August 23rd. Term 2 is our first 7-week format, right? Term 3 is our 12-week, and term 4 is the second 7-week format. So next, we'll go into class formats again, and next slide, please. So we have 4 class formats, and I want to just go over this briefly. Take a screenshot of this if you just need the breakdown so you can just understand the different formats that we have, because when you're choosing your classes, you want to know what format works for you, and you want to know what format you're choosing. Pay attention to this, right? So we have our online format, which is learning on your own time. We have our remote format, which is learning in real time, which is what a lot of high school students do now with their high school courses. We have our hybrid section, which is a mixture of both online and in person. Then we have our face-to-face, and we're going to be having a limited amount of face-to-face only for fall. So please pay attention to that, not for summer, but for fall, we'll have a limited amount of face-to-face courses. So do pay attention to that piece, okay? The next thing that we want to get into, so we have a video. It's a treat for everyone online that's that's viewing right now, everyone that's tuned in. So without even explaining this is your dual enrollment lineup. So just bear with us. In 1 second, we have a treat that we are going to share with everyone viewing. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, this is Peaches Crenshaw. I'm a coast coordinator at Eleanor Roosevelt High School, and I love music.
Hello, Wagwan. My name is Nicholas Reed, and I'm the course coordinator for Surrattsville and Potomac High School. Fun fact about me, I'm a recording artist and I'm a PGCC graduate. Go Howl!
Hey everyone, my name is Kadeem Palmer. I am the coast coordinator at Dr. Henry A. Wise in Gwynn Park High School. Fun fact, I'm also a PGCC graduate like my colleague Nicholas Reed, and I'm a real estate agent for Maryland and DC.
Hi everyone, my name is Miguel Boisel and I'm the coast coordinator for Northwestern and Bladensburg High School. My fun fact is I'm a certified scuba diver and skydiver.
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Avalar. I'm the coast coordinator at High Point High School, and my fun fact is that I enjoy trying new recipes in the kitchen.
Hello, my name is Trey Brady, and I'm the coast coordinator at Largo High School and Duval High School. Fun fact about me is I love the sport of boxing, and I love taking long walks on the beach after a hard day of work.
Hi everyone, my name is Chantel Walker. I'm a coast coordinator at Charles Herbert Flowers High School, and my fun fact is that I'm a spoken word poet and an artist.
How you doing? My name is Ira Luke, coast coordinator for Friendly High School and Suitland High School. And my fun fact is that I like to cook, and I'm a huge WWE fan. The champ is here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raymond Harada. I'm the coast coordinator for Oxon Hill High School. I love to fly and I love to sail.
Good afternoon. My name is Otu Obad II, and I am the coast coordinator for Frederick Douglass High School and Crossland High School. One fun fact about me is that my first name means king and my last name means mountain. So one of my nicknames as a child growing up was King of the Mountain. I look forward to serving you this school year, and I hope you all have a blessed day.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jonica Dreer, and I'm a member of the Prince George's Community College Dual Enrollment Team. I support a lot of the non-coast schools, so I can't wait to work with you all. Fun fact about me is I love to travel, so you can usually catch me in some other country, visiting, exploring, and taking pictures. Can't wait to work with you soon.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Minch, and I'm part of the dual enrollment team at Prince George's Community College. A few fun facts about me are that I speak French, I graduated from Eleanor Roosevelt High School, go Raiders, and I love to listen to audiobooks. I look forward to working with you soon.
Hi, my name is Marcia Adams, and I'm a member of the dual enrollment team at the Largo campus. I'm so excited to be working with you all this semester. Just a quick fun fact about me, I'm probably one of the hugest Harry Potter fans that you'll ever meet. A proud member of the Hufflepuff House.
Yes. Wasn't that lovely, guys? What do you think about that, Mr. Palmer?
That was a treat. That was a treat, man. That was fun to see everybody on that.
Definitely. And as you guys can see, we do have some humor, okay? So the next thing I want to jump into is basically there are a number of people who support the dual enrollment program. At Prince George's Community College, the dual enrollment team is comprised of staff from the Office of Recruitment and Admissions. To find out who your school's contact is, visit us at www.pgcc.edu/coast. So again, you can look us up at www.pgcc.edu/coast. Oversight of this program from Prince George's County Public School is the oversight from the PGCPS team is the amazing team from the Office of College Readiness. This team has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to provide stellar dual enrollment experience for students, parents, and staff. I know you're wondering, when can you apply for dual enrollment at PGCC? The application for both summer/fall semester opens on April 19th and will close on May 3rd. Again, the application for both summer and fall 2021 semester will open on April 19th and will close on May 3rd. So the next thing here are, next slide for me, please. Next thing here are questions. I need you guys to be active in the chat. I need you guys to post your question. We have covered a lot of information here, a lot of material. There's a lot of updates. So I need you guys to post your questions in the chat. We'll be reading them out, responding to them. Please and thank you.
So first question, you want me to ask, can you respond to it, Mr. Reed? So what will happen if a student meets both the 3.0 cumulative unweighted high school GPA criteria and they have qualifying active placer/SAT/ACT scores?
Well, with this, we will use a combination of placement criteria to provide students with as many course options as possible.
Perfect.
Okay. Keep the questions coming, guys.
Yeah, and I always encourage my students, just keep in mind that other students may want to ask the same questions. Just ask it for them. So we have another question here from Anna. What do we do if we already reached out to our course coordinator and they haven't responded?
Well, so guys, be mindful in regards to the response time. There is a three business day in regards to the response time. But definitely a course coordinator will be reaching out to you. You can also reach out to the MD Completion Act email, and that will also route to the course coordinator as well. But just be patient. Someone will definitely reach out to you guys. And if not, you could definitely reach out to MD Completion Act.
And I see here that does CMIT South have a PGCC coast rep?
Yes. CMIT South does have a not a course coordinator, but someone from the dual enrollment team does oversee CMIT South.
Definitely.
And
all right, our next question from Kanaya is, where can I register to start this summer?
So all application registration will be done via our dual enroll site. So that's pgcc.dualenroll.com. So that's the site. And typically, once you meet with your course coordinator, that will be shared with you as well. And you guys should have received an email on I think in early March 9th from the MD Completion Act. So you guys should check your PGCPS email for that. And that email came from MD Completion Act in regards to the start date, but the start date is April 19th.
And when does it close? May 3rd. So
May
Terry
3rd.
asking, how many people are going to get accepted for dual enrollment? Good question, Terry.
So in regards to acceptance, once you have met that 3.0 criteria, you should have gotten that email on May 9th from MD Completion Act. So I need you guys to check your PGCPS email.
Definitely.
So that's where we communicate. And we only communicate to the students. So students, you need to check your PGCPS email and refer to that email from MD Completion Act.
Check consistently. So Mariah Lee is asking, what is the drop/add period?
In regards to the drop/add period, that differs dependent on that depends on the semester. So for example, for the summer semester, the last day to withdraw from term 1, because these semesters are in terms, the last day to withdraw from term 1 is Friday, July 16th, if you're asking about summer, and that's for term 1. And for term 3, the last day to withdraw from that is Friday, July 23rd. Yes. And sorry, the last day to withdraw from term 2 is actually Friday, June 8th.
Perfect. And Kenzie Denise is asking, I know there are certain classes I can't take for summer as a 10th grader. So what kind of classes can I take as a 10th grader?
So there's two things which applies here. If you qualify with a 3.0 GPA or better, that means as a junior, you'd only be eligible to take courses with no prerequisites. So in that column where it says prerequisite, it should say none. So if you're a rising junior and you qualify with a 3.0 cumulative unweighted GPA, you can only take classes that says prerequisite none or no prerequisite. Otherwise, you can use a test score. The test score would basically place you into the appropriate classes.
And just to clarify, so you're a rising 11th grader, Kenzie, and that's how you'd be eligible to take summer classes. Because as a 10th grader, if you're going to be a 10th grader this upcoming fall, 2021, you won't be eligible to take dual enrollment classes. You have to be a rising 11th grader, which means that you've been a 10th grader, and starting fall, you'll be in the 11th grade, just to clarify. But Twiluna asked, can we still take dual enrollment courses on the spring semester of our senior year?
Yes, and that's a very important question. Yes, you can do it in your senior year. However, you guys have to pay attention to you cannot take dual credit classes. So dual credit classes are classes that count towards high school requirement and count towards your college transcript. So you cannot take dual credit classes, and that's where the conversation comes in, where you have to have a conversation with your course coordinator as well as your high school counselor, because graduating high school is your first priority.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right, so Christina asks, your cumulative GPA has to be 3.0, correct? So if it is a bit less, you can't take dual enrollment? You can't participate in dual enrollment?
So the qualifying GPA is 3.0. Cumulative for unweighted is 3.0 cumulative unweighted GPA. If it is less, you can qualify with test scores. Okay, so if you have like SAT or ACT, then yes, you can qualify. So you have to be between 2.5 and 2.99899 per se with test scores. So if it's between 2.5 and 2.9, you can qualify for dual enrollment with test scores. Okay.
So Namai asked, so we can still do the classes that state that they require math/reading proficiency without the AccuPlacer, like English 1010 or Math 1340. My counselor said that we can't.
So that depends on several things here. That depends on one, your grade level. So if you are say for example, if you're a senior and you qualify with a 3.0 GPA or better, the thing here is that in order to take English 1010 or any math course, you'd have to complete English 11, or Algebra 2. In order, as a student who qualifies with a 3.0 GPA, if you're looking to take English 1010, you would have to complete English 11. And if you're looking to take any math course, you'd have to complete Algebra 2. Otherwise, from that, you have to qualify with test scores. So whether it's SAT or ACT, because the county is not offering Accuplacer right now.
Okay, Janaya asks, where can I find my coordinator's email?
So again, you could definitely type this in pgcc.edu/coast, and that's where you guys will be able to see the list of schools. And once you click on your school, you'll be able to find your course coordinator contact there.
Perfect. Pauline is asking, so how do we get accepted to take dual enrollment? Is there a certain test that we have to take?
So in terms of, it's more so eligibility. So you're eligible based on your academic standing in high school. So again, you qualify by the 2.5 GPA plus test scores, or you qualify with a 3.0 cumulative unweighted GPA. So those are the two ways which you could qualify, with a 2.5 GPA plus test scores, or 3.0 or better. And you have to be a junior or a senior.
All right, so Laya asks, did either of you do the dual enrollment? If so, would you say it impacted you for the better and recommend anyone interested get into dual enrollment?
Honestly, I didn't participate in dual enrollment, unfortunately, but I did attend Prince George's Community College.
But and neither did I. So I didn't. I wasn't able to participate in dual enrollment because of when dual enrollment started. I graduated high school before that. But I do have testaments, like even from the students that we had on here today, and students that I've helped in the past, that tell me, hey, man, I knocked out my first semester as a freshman, or I knocked out my first year as a freshman. And I mean, so definitely you do want to go ahead and take that opportunity. And that's why everybody jumps on it. A lot of people aren't informed, but if you're being informed right now, you want to make sure that you take advantage of it, right? Because there's no drawbacks. No, you're just trying to get credits towards matriculating to whatever university you're going to. So definitely take advantage of that. Like, there's no reason not to. Our next question from Edward is, what if our cumulative GPA drops from now until the opening of dual enrollment registration?
If you qualify now, because if you qualify now and you receive that email, that means you're eligible. In regards to if your GPA drop, that would be something which you'd have to actually reach out to your course coordinator, and then you guys could have that conversation. But if you receive that email now, that means you qualify.
Definitely keep those GPAs up, because that would impact your next semester. So Alexis is asking, are any classes visible now, or do we have to wait until the application opens?
So in regards to, you have to wait until the application opens. The application opens April 19th. So yes, I'll definitely recommend for you guys to wait. In regards to class options, is either you wait or you reach out to your course coordinator. So that way they'll be able to, guide you in terms of where to search for courses and stuff like that.
And Mariah is asking, so what if our school doesn't have a course coordinator? Who do you contact?
So definitely reach out to MD Completion Act. So that's MD Completion Act, ACT. I want you guys to reach out to that email. Or you could also visit the website, which is pgcc.edu/coast.
So what's the lowest score for the PSAT so that you can take dual enrollment? So the practice SATs, they don't qualify for the dual enrollment program. The SATs, ACTs do.
Yes, and the qualifying scores for those, for the SAT, for the reading and writing, it's 480, and for the math, it's 530. For the ACT, for all areas, reading, writing, and math, is 21 plus.
Yep. Samantha is asking, are there any courses that can help to be a pharmacist?
Definitely we can get you on that pathway. So being that the college is a pathway institution, we'll definitely start you out with the general courses. And if you're looking to go to PGCC after high school graduation, definitely we connect you with our advisor, so that way you could be on that pathway in regards to becoming a pharmacist.
Perfect. And we're going to cut the questions there. So we have other coordinators that are answering questions in the chat. So just make sure that you ask your questions in the chat, or follow up with your course coordinator or your dual enrollment representative at your respective high school, and they'll definitely follow up with you. So the next thing that we want to do, right? So we just want to do a check mark real quick. So we want to see what has been completed so far with our dual enrollment cycle.
Okay.
Here's a brief timeline. If you can go to the next slide. So please feel free to take a picture of this again. So far, right, March 17th, we did our PGCPS dual enrollment info session. So PGCPS hosted their info session on March 17th. That was really great. Where we are today, March 25th, is the college. So PGCC did our first info session, and you want to look out for our next info session coming up. But on April 19th, we'll have student advisement, which will be the first day that dual enroll opens, which means you can go and dual enroll, and you can create your application and you can select your courses, right? Then April 15th is when we'll have part 2 of what we're doing today, which is our PGCC info session part 2, entitled Getting Started with Dual Enrollment. April 19th, again. Enrollment online application window. So it opens April 19th, and May 3rd is when classes are due. So you want to make sure that you have your course requests in by May 3rd, right? Mid-May 2021 is when the summer payment date will come out. You'll be informed of that. So trust your dual enrollment advisor, your dual enrollment representative at your school, or your course coordinator. Just reach out. We'll make sure that we get that information to you. You want to make sure that you're in communication with your dual enrollment representative or your course coordinator. On May 24th is when PGCC Summer 2021 academic term begins. So again, look out for that May 24th date. That's when summer classes will start. And we went over when our fall classes will start. If you plug into our second info session, we'll have that date for you again. So just make sure that you keep in touch with us. But yeah, so definitely just make sure that you pay attention to that April 15th date. If you haven't taken a picture yet, just make sure you at least plug that into your calendar. So Nick, I want to get it over to you so you can speak about information session part 2.
Thank you. Yes. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, this is a 2-part dual enrollment information session. I want to invite you guys back to the next session. That will be on April 15th at 6 p.m. At that session, we'll be discussing the application and enrollment process for summer-fall 2021. We'll provide information on support services available for dual enrollment student. We'll be helping with setting up and using college systems, opportunities after dual enrollment, and you'll be able to learn more about important program deadline dates for participation. The link to this session will be in the chat, so you guys can definitely pre-register now. And my lovely co-host, Mr. Palmer.
Yes, again, so we want to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for coming out.
Yes.
Of course, you're taking the right step. I know that we had a question about if this is beneficial. Definitely.
If you're
going to any college or university, you want to make sure that you get your feet wet now. And that's why the dual enrollment program was designed to just get students prepared.
Definitely.
And they have that college experience. So when they go, they're more prepared than anybody else that's in college, than the traditional college student, because they already have college experience. They already have credits. So they're farther ahead, right? So because PGCPS is just making, and PGCC is making this opportunity available to you students, take advantage of it, right? So
definitely,
next generation of students who come, they'll ask you, hey, was this worth it? And then you can answer that question for them, right? But it has to start somewhere. And we have a lot of students who are already doing it really big, and we need you all to do the same thing. So don't be behind the curve. be ahead of it. And I want to thank everybody behind the scenes that made all of this happen that you don't see. We put a lot of effort into just making sure that information was available and is available. Again, we have part 2 coming April 15th. So please stay tuned, RSVP, so you can be reminded and so you can be in attendance. So we're going to make sure that the energy is there. We're going to make sure that the information is there so that you'll have less questions and just be more successful. I want to thank host Mr. Reed. I want to thank Anika and Zion for sharing their perspective. And I want to thank Mr. Sheldon Harrison as well for coming in and sharing his perspective. And thank everybody who's manning the chat, because I know that there has to be a lot of questions.
Yes.
A few questions, and we couldn't even get off the questions. So just thank my co-host Nick just for making this easy chemistry, just really easy to just get information to the students.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming, tuning in, chiming in the chat. Thank you. It was great. It was a pleasure, and it's a pleasure for me to serve y'all.
And we'll see you in part 2. Peace.
Give that.